Imagine you are living peacefully when one morning you wake, look into the small garden, and notice leaves beginning to wither in a strange way. It is not drought or ordinary pests, but something mysterious and invisible seems to be spreading everywhere, touching plants quietly and relentlessly beyond your understanding. At first you think it is only your problem, then news arrives from everywhere reporting vegetation across Earth slowly dying, from fields to forests and oceans. No one knows why, there were no warnings, only an unsettling silence as each passing day drains the green color from the planet you once trusted. On the first day, your life still feels almost normal, and you continue breathing fresh air because the atmosphere holds enough oxygen to sustain life for years. Your breakfast still includes vegetables. But stepping outside, you notice roadside trees turning yellow, and a quiet unease begins to settle somewhere deep inside you. You continue working and talking with others as usual, yet a question lingers persistently in your mind, asking what unseen force could be causing this change. The world has not collapsed yet, but something feels wrong, like a distant storm forming beyond the horizon, waiting patiently before revealing its full destructive power. By the first week, the situation becomes clearer as nearby supermarkets begin running out of fresh produce, and prices rise sharply in a matter of days. You rush to buy rice, pasta, canned food, filling your home with supplies, trying to create a sense of security against an uncertain and growing crisis. Your daily meals shift noticeably, with fewer fresh vegetables and more starches, prioritizing fullness over nutrition as the variety of available food begins shrinking rapidly. Online, videos of dead gardens spread quickly. People share fear and confusion, yet hunger has not fully arrived, leaving a strange gap between awareness and reality. After 1 month, mass plant death becomes undeniable as crops turn brown, farmers lose harvests, and fresh food nearly disappears entirely from store shelves everywhere. You begin feeling hunger more often, even while eating. Your skin grows dry, your weight drops, your overall energy declines in ways that are difficult to ignore. Animal meat still exists, but becomes expensive as feed supplies vanish, and you find yourself remembering simple meals from the past that now feel impossibly distant. Lying in bed, you begin worrying deeply about your family and wondering how long society can continue before the fragile systems holding everything together finally collapse. By the 3rd month, famine spreads widely as livestock die from lack of food, and meat becomes a luxury accessible only to the wealthiest remaining groups. You ration every bite carefully, eating slower, feeling weaker, your vision blurs from vitamin deficiencies, and dizziness becomes a frequent and unsettling companion throughout each day. People around you grow sick more easily as immune systems weaken, diseases spread faster, and the sense of safety within communities begins breaking apart under pressure. You may leave home searching for remaining food supplies, but streets grow chaotic, and fear becomes visible on every face you pass during your desperate attempts. At this point, survival becomes a daily battle, and death is no longer distant or abstract, but a real possibility that lingers constantly in the background of your thoughts. By the 6th month, society begins collapsing as stores empty completely, looting spreads, and you may join small groups searching desperately for anything still edible. Plants are gone, leaving only dry remains, and your body deteriorates visibly, becoming thin, weak, and fragile, with hair falling out and movement requiring great effort. Diseases like infections and digestive issues spread rapidly due to malnutrition, and many people around you do not survive this brutal stage of human existence. If you are still alive, you may be too exhausted to complain, existing only moment to moment, conserving energy, and hoping to see another sunrise in a broken world. By the 9th or 12th month, your story reaches an end, either through extreme adaptation in rare conditions or through death caused by starvation, illness, or violence. After individual fates are sealed, the larger consequences fully emerge, reshaping the entire planet in ways that permanently erase the balance that once supported life. Land ecosystems collapse first, herbivores die without plants, then carnivores follow, turning on each other or feeding on remains in desperate attempts to survive. Forests fall silent, deserts expand rapidly without roots holding soil, and massive dust storms sweep across regions, erasing landscapes that once thrived with biodiversity and life. In oceans, algae and seaweed die, breaking food chains, causing smaller fish to starve, followed by larger predators, creating vast dead zones, lacking oxygen entirely. Microorganisms multiply rapidly on decaying matter, releasing toxic gases, polluting air and water, and introducing new diseases that further accelerate the collapse of remaining life. Weather patterns become chaotic as plant-driven water cycles fail, leading to extreme droughts in some regions and constant flooding in others without natural absorption systems. Carbon dioxide builds continuously without photosynthesis, raising global temperatures, intensifying storms, and pushing the climate into harsh, unstable conditions never experienced before. Social media, once connecting people, fills with panic and misinformation initially, but gradually fades as power systems fail and infrastructure collapses due to neglect and shortages. Human communication reverts to direct interaction, simple radios, or silence, leaving individuals isolated in a world stripped of both greenery and the networks that once connected humanity. Facing this disaster, governments attempt extreme measures, declaring emergencies, enforcing strict food distribution, and seizing resources to maintain order and prolong survival where possible. Scientists work tirelessly to develop lab-grown meat, synthetic proteins from bacteria and yeast, and controlled environments attempting to grow plants under artificial conditions. Massive greenhouses using LED lights and experimental chemicals are built, but most efforts fail due to the unknown cause continuing to prevent plant survival globally. Some nations construct underground shelters stocked with preserved food, recycling systems, and controlled air, hoping to protect small populations from total extinction. More radical ideas emerge, including global chemical dispersal, space missions searching for new habitats, and militarized protection of food production under strict and often brutal enforcement. Despite all efforts, most solutions only delay collapse rather than reversing it, highlighting how dependent life truly is on plants as the foundation of every ecosystem. After imagining this scenario, remember it is only hypothetical, yet it reveals the true value of the green world surrounding you every single day. Appreciate each leaf, plant trees, protect forests, and reduce harm to the environment, because plants are not just resources but the very basis of your survival. Act now with awareness and responsibility, because the future of humanity depends on preserving that fragile green balance before a nightmare like this ever becomes reality.